What are you doing still up? Why are you making all that racket?
I'm writing a letter to my friend Patience back in England.
Who taught you to write?
Father did.
Who taught him to write?
He just kind of picked it up.
He was always like that. If I didn't keep my eye on him, he'd always try to learn something. So what did you say in this letter of yours?
Well, would you like me to read it to you?
Oh, might as well. I can't sleep anyway. Those yams are sitting bad, if you know what I mean.
Dear Patience, I'm fine. How are you?
Well, you sure know how to hook the reader.
Do you want to listen or do you want to criticize?
I may be old, but I can do both.
I know I haven't written you in a while, but we've been so busy founding a new nation and all. But today was one of the most special days we've ever had.
It was? Why?
Because we finally had a bountiful crop and celebrated the first Thanksgiving feast with our new Indian friends.
Well, if you want to remember it that way. All I recall is sitting at a cramped table, fighting over the last morsel of food with an uncivilized savage.
You shouldn't talk about our Indian friends that way.
What Indian? I'm talking about Dr. Addington. You ever see that man eat?
I sit here writing to you by candlelight, and as always, our little house is filled with the sounds of nature.
Boy, can this family saw some wood. Frightening thing is that's your sister.
Can I go on?
Sure. Who's stopping you?
We couldn't believe the good fortune of this season's crop, and we owe it all to our good friend Squanto. I'll never forget the day he first walked into Father's store. The colony's food supply was at its lowest.
What the heck is that? These yams got me hallucinating.
This was the first time many of us had ever met a native of this continent.
Look at these pathetic carrots. So hard to grow anything here. I'm telling you, that soil is barren.
You know, Father, maybe one day a store could sell these baby carrots as, oh, I don't know, a gourmet item and charge more.
Why would people pay more for something that is smaller?
Marketing, Father. It's all in the marketing.
Everyone, stay perfectly still. Hello, we are travelers from across the ocean, from a place called England. We wish to be friends.
What part of England? I spent a great deal of time in London, but I never made it out to the provinces.
Would you like water?
James, how do you do? I'm Polly Winthrop, and this is my daughter Elizabeth and husband James.
My name is Squanto, but in your country, I was called Squanto. You English and those nicknames.
Forgive me. Might I ask how you learned to speak our language so well?
Well, I've traveled throughout Europe. Madrid is a lovely city. If you're ever thinking of visiting, I know a wonderful bed and breakfast.
What a fascinating and courageous life you've had.
I don't know, little girl. It seems rather courageous what you're doing.
Thank you. Being the middle child isn't easy.
What brings you to our neck of the woods?
Actually, we like to think of it as our neck of the woods. But that's a whole other issue. I live down the road with the Wampanoag tribe.
Why haven't you visited us before?
Well, you came in the middle of a blizzard, didn't you? Who arranged your trip, anyway?
A travel agent out of Holland. It was one of those package religious freedom deals.
Mother, I need some help making my new
An Indian? Spare the children, take me.
Take you where?
There's a nice spot out behind the smokehouse.
Mother! This is Squanto. He is our guest.
Excuse me, I'm curious. Do Indian families give their children unreasonable curfews?
No, we believe that when a young person reaches a certain age, they should be able to make their own decisions.
Oh, I want to be an Indian so bad. Mother, can
No, Abigail, you cannot become an Indian.
You never let me do anything.
Excuse me. What are these?
Carrots.
No, really.
I know. The soil here is terrible. I don't know how you people survive.
We do fine. You know, James, I could teach you how the Wampanoag grow corn.
Oh? Well, how's that?
Well, we planted in a small mound of earth with a dead fish.
Oh, I see. And when the dead fish plant grows, there's magic fish for everyone.
Father, what I think Squanto is saying is that the nutrients from the decaying fish will act as a fertilizer.
Well, we're so desperate, I'll try anything once.
Needless to say, come harvest time, Squanto was right, and we had more corn than we knew what to do with.
What do we do with all this corn?
I don't know.
More corn, Mother.
I'm sick of corn. Cornmeal, corn on the cob, corn mush, corn stew. Damn this bountiful harvest.
You know, even my mother's negative attitude cannot spoil the beauty of this crop. And we haven't just been blessed with corn, but pumpkins, squash, beans, peas, radishes.
Oh, great, more vegetables. When are we gonna start growing fudge?
That Squanto's a genius. Even I had a great crop. I mean, look at all this lettuce I grew. I mean, my farm's crawling with it.
Cotton, I hate to tell you, but that's poison oak.
Huh. Well, that explains why my throat keeps closing up.
Because of the great harvest, it had been decided to have a celebratory feast with Squanto and his friends.
Everyone, I have an announcement to make. Boy, there's a lot of corn here. As you know, many families offer to host what we are now calling the We Really, Really Appreciate All of Your Help Feast.
Why don't we call it Thanksgiving?
Be quiet, little girl. After much deliberation, we have selected the menu submitted by the Winthrop family.
Oh, what an honor to prepare a feast for everyone in Plymouth. This is great. Polly? Please tell me this is great.
I thought I told you not to submit our menu.
Oh, I thought you said to submit the menu. That's a funny little slip-up.
Yeah, that's a laugher.
Well, I am willing to do my part, and Cotton and I will go out and bring back the biggest deer you've ever seen.
Oh, well, that's sweet, but how about if we ask Henry Tonguesley to do the hunting?
Sure, you know me. Always ready to kill something.
Polly, what's going on? You think I can't hunt?
Well, whenever you go out, you always end up shooting cotton.
That's not true. Last time I just winged him. Polly, it's really important for me to do this.
Well, all right. I have faith in you.
Are you all right?
It just grazed me.
I'm sorry, Cotton. It's amazing how much you look like a bear when you're drinking from the creek.
I'll try and watch that.
We're going around in circles. We're lost. And the sun is going down.
Oh, no. I don't want to go like this. Well, there's so much I have to do. I haven't even had my opera produced.
Don't panic, right? Just don't panic. I mean, there are berries to eat, there are trees for shelter. What the heck? Nothing, just one of the many gentle woodland creatures with dripping fangs and blood-red eyes.
You mean that raccoon?
I have to admit it was an unusually large raccoon.
Yes, God forbid he should knock you down, drag you to the creek, and wash you repeatedly.
Now, all I know is that we have to find our way back. I must get back to my family. Actually, to heck with my family. All I really care about is dearest Elizabeth. She's my favorite, so smart and beautiful. I think she's a genius.
Now, wait just a minute. How do you know your father said that?
So I'm embellishing. It's my letter. Do you want me to stop?
No.
Elizabeth's a true genius, my father said. Elizabeth's so smart, she'd find a way out.
Oh, I swear I'm going to be sick.
It's that horrible chirping.
It's crickets.
But it's endless. When do they go to sleep?
This is so embarrassing. We're supposed to provide a feast for the entire town, a bear or a deer, and all we have is this little chipmunk that you tripped and fell on.
Well, I don't think I can trip on a bear and kill it.
I was talking about shooting it.
Oh, please don't fire your gun again.
obvious we're gonna have to spend the night here.
Oh, I'm hungry. Hey, maybe we can eat crickets. It'll be a new tradition. Every year, families will gather around huge bowls full of crickets. I mean, how bad can they be? Well, it's kind of like chicken. With 6 small, spindly legs that I can feel moving inside of me. Did you hear that?
What?
All the crickets stopped. Oh, no. We've angered them. I ate one of their leaders, and now they're gonna come and get us.
Cotton, don't be ridiculous. Crickets didn't stop chirping because you ate one of them.
Thanks, James. You're right.
They stopped chirping because of that huge bear over there. Take him!
Fortunately, Father and Cotton survived their terrifying time in the woods. The night was full of important lessons. Father found out he could climb a tree, and Cotton found out he could outrun a bear.
Grammy,
What are you doing up?
I can't sleep. Tell me a bedtime story.
Oh, all righty. Once upon a time, there was a little boy who couldn't sleep. And since he couldn't sleep, the Sandman came and chopped off his head. The end. Can you sleep now?
I guess I'll go try.
Sometimes you wish they'd never grow up. Go on, read.
Eventually, Father and Cotton came home with no deer or bear, but with the strangest creatures we had ever seen.
What are those?
My word. They're monsters from the land of the Megagog.
No, those are wild turkeys. They're delicious.
Who would eat those?
Yes, this one has a goiter bigger than the Widow Hartley's.
No, that's the wattle. Don't you people pay any attention to the wildlife that lives around you?
No, they frighten us.
We have long-range plans to kill all of them.
Polly, dear, I brought home some game. Now, I should warn you, they are a little odd-looking.
I'm very proud of you. Whatever they are, I'm sure they'll make a fine meal. Oh, Mother of Mercy, what are they?
We were all quite busy the day of the big feast. Mother wasn't quite sure how to prepare these strange birds, but once again, Squanto was a great help.
How long am I supposed to cook these things?
I think it's 20 minutes per pound. But I'll have to ask the wife.
All right. Abigail, what about the potatoes?
I piled them right here.
Where's your brother?
Underneath them.
That wasn't funny, Abigail. I really couldn't breathe.
Oh, what is all this tomfoolery? Do you know what I'm in the mood for? A potato. A sweet potato. Everyone having a good time?
Well, aside from preparing a feast for over 100 people, I couldn't be more relaxed.
Really? Because you look tense.
You do.
Polly, you'll be happy to know I set up all the benches.
Oh, and the long tables, and you cut the firewood and carried up plenty of fresh water?
I set up all the benches.
Hey, people are already showing up. The constable wants to know if there's anything to nibble on.
Wouldn't you know it, they'd be early. All right. James, go set up the table. William, get the bowls. Elizabeth, get the herbs. Abigail, keep peeling. And Cotton, give me the ale. Now Mama's cooking.
Now, the main courses aren't quite ready yet. Yeah, but in the meantime, our good friend Cotton is here to entertain us with a few of his favorite jokes. Cotton.
Hello, Plymouth! Thank you, everybody. What a crowd. Hey, where you from?
Here.
Oh. Of course. So, how about this crazy harvest, huh? If I see one more ear of corn, I'll be downright irritable. Hey, how about a riddle? Everybody likes riddles.
You stink.
Okay, what is full all day, yet empty at night?
Your head.
No. Shoes! You see, your feet are in your shoes all day.
You stink, and so do your shoes.
Hey, I'm the entertainer here.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it.
Is that poison oak still bothering you?
Yeah, Dr. Addington, I keep scratching it like you told me to, but it only gets worse.
A young man, rub this plant on your skin. The cool juices will soothe the itching.
Oh, thank you.
Don't fall for that superstitious mumbo-jumbo. Come by the office, I'll scrape the rash, cover it with turpentine, and apply my 2 fattest leeches. It'll work.
No hard feelings, but I have to go with him. He takes my plan.
Cotton, your act was horrible.
Give me a break. Those same jokes killed on the Mayflower.
Get some new material. That stuff is so 1620.
You want to take this outside?
We are outside.
Polly, just pick it up and we'll pretend we didn't see a thing. We're all very hungry.
Just make sure you put in there that I won that fist fight with Cotton.
I will, Grammy. Eventually, the table was set and the food was piping hot and ready to be enjoyed.
Polly, you did it. Everything looks wonderful. What's this?
I didn't have anything to make sauce with, so I had to use cranberries.
Oh, nobody likes those. What did he stuff the turkey with?
All I could find were old dried breadcrumbs.
What? Breadcrumbs? Cranberry sauce turkey? This is going to be a disaster.
Well, at least it's hot. Let's eat.
Reverend, would you say grace?
Well, here we are. On this glorious day, I am now going to read from the Old Testament.
Which passage?
The entire Old Testament. In the beginning!
Fortunately, after 3 hours, the Reverend's voice gave out, and we were finally able to start the feast.
Amen.
In the end, everyone ate their fill.
Good to eat, Polly. You know, when I first saw that turkey, the thought of eating it made me want to vomit. But I ate it and didn't.
He really must have liked it. He never goes on about my cooking like that.
Hey, pick up after yourself.
Oh, we will.
Well, Squanto, I hope this is some indication of just how grateful we are to you and your people.
My pleasure, and please allow us to stay and help with the dishes.
No, you
Good. Goodbye.
Hey, James, the kids are kicking the ball around too. Shielding says my kids whoop your kids. You're on.
So, as the men went off to watch the ball game, the ladies gathered and chatted about how all the men have really let themselves go. And so, my dear patients, everything worked out. The day was a great success, and yet the one thing we're most thankful for is that no one will ever try and have a dinner like this again. Please write back soon. Your friend, Elizabeth. So what'd you think?
Oh, you could have featured me more.
I usually do several drafts before I mail it, so I bear that in mind.
So all those squiggles there, they all mean something.
Of course.
Where does it say my name?
Right there, Grammy Winthrop.
How do you like that? Huh, what's this pretty squiggle?
That's a G.
Could you show me how to make that?
I'd be happy to.
Oh, look at me.
Let's keep going.
That's lovely. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I like those. What are those called?
Those are M's. There, Grammy, you did it. You wrote your name.
I can't believe it. It's beautiful. Can I keep it? After 70-some-odd years, I've finally written my name. If you tell anybody about this, I'll deny it.
I know, Grammy.
Thank you, child.
Oh, and thank you. Good night, Grammy.
Good night.
Stay tuned. Thanks. We'll be right back.
Well, Miss Quantum, that was a great meal. But I have to say, I'm still worried about this English.
Look, I know these people. Once they get this exploring bug out of their system, they'll pack up and go. It's just a temporary inconvenience.
I don't know. They look pretty subtle to me.
Running, dear, you worry too much.